Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Tuesday, January 6th, and I'd like to call this meeting to order. If you are watching, we do have a live telecast, and I'm sure folks out in the audience knows that you can access our live meeting on YouTube and also dalycity.org on agendas on Comcast Channel 27. There are three ways to submit public comments. One is submit written comments by the meeting day. Two, submit written comments during the meeting. And three, attend the meeting in person. To submit written comments by meeting day, if we haven't already done so, you email the Daly City Clerk at cityclerk@dalycity.org and include public comment. Please note that any email comments received after 4 p.m. on the meeting date are not guaranteed to be received by the City Council prior to the meeting. Comments are not read aloud into the record. During the meeting, you may also visit dalycity.org/agendas to submit comments using the public comment form to address the City Council on a specific item or during the public comment period, and such comments are delivered to City Council and the city staff during the meeting and may be read into the record at the time that they are received. All right, to speak this evening at the meeting, please complete a speaker card at the entrance to the council chambers and submit to a staff member as early as possible. Persons with disabilities who require auxiliary aids or services in attending or participating in this meeting should call the office of the city clerk as soon as possible. With that being said, if we could all kindly please rise for the pledge to the flag, please. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Please be seated. I'd like to begin the meeting with the following acknowledgement. The City of Daly City acknowledges that we are on the ancestral lands of the Ramaytush Ohlone peoples. We recognize their enduring connection to this region and honor their history, culture, and contributions. As the indigenous protectors of this land, we affirm their sovereign rights as the original inhabitants of this land and pay respects to the ancestors, elders, and relatives of the Ramaytush Ohlone peoples. Next item, our Madam City Clerk, if you can entertain us with a roll call, please.
Ms. DiGiovanni, Dr. Rod,
Here.
Ms. Perano,
Present.
Ms. Manalo,
Present.
Mr. Sylvester.
Glenn Sylvester present. Thank you very much. The first item on the agenda is a presentation, and we have a presentation from HIP Housing regarding the 2026 calendar contest winners. Sir,
Thank you.
Glad to
Thank
see
you very much, Mr. Mayor and members of the council. My name is Brian Perkins. I'm here, I represent the board and staff of HIP Housing. I'm on the board of directors of HIP Housing, and it's my pleasure tonight to present the council and the people present here tonight with a calendar. Each year, HIP Housing runs a calendar contest in which children from kindergarten to 5th grade give us pictures and their ideas about what it is that home means to them, what it means that a house means to them. HIP Housing is a nonprofit affordable housing developer, and each night approximately 1,200 people sleep under roofs that we either own or manage. And these children take it upon themselves to compete so that they can tell the public what it is that a home and a roof means to them. Tonight is also the time when we, as an organization, express our appreciation to the city of Daly City, because you are our partners in trying to make sure that affordable housing exists in our community. And I'm here to report that in 24-25 fiscal year, we served 258 residents through our properties and programs. And this included 35 tenants who are in one of our apartment buildings on Hillside here in Daly City. These tenants are extremely low in income and their rents reflect that, but they live stable, secure, dignified lives because HIP Housing and the city of Daly City combined work to make sure that there's a place in this community for them to thrive. We also helped 8 families enrolled in our self-sufficiency program here in Daly City. Self-sufficiency program means that you're paying as little as $100 a room per month. And in return for that, you've signed a contract to get an education, and you're on your way towards self-sufficiency. It's my pleasure to watch every month as people graduate, and time again, they're graduating with master's degrees in social work, or they've gone to the community college district and gotten a certificate. And they're all on their way towards being able to live in Daly City without further subsidy. And almost to a man and a woman, they have children. That seems to be the marker for all of these people. We also helped during the year 14 seniors through our housing readiness program. We've taken it upon ourselves to answer the questions that senior citizens have. How do I get on the list? How do I even find a place? How fast is this going to take? All of this requires a lot of time and a lot of effort, but we're proud to do it because seniors have a special place in our community. Quite frequently, they've been here for a long, long time. And the only mistake they ever made was to grow old in San Mateo County, where rents are outrageous and where it's difficult to actually make your way over time. So I don't want to belabor the point. I do want to note that I took it upon myself last night. I'm always curious as to who it is that in this community would be income eligible for a HIP unit if we had more available. And I say this community, I mean broadly speaking, the labor market of South San Francisco, the south part of San Francisco, Daly City, and so forth. So on the Indeed.com bulletin board, there was an advertisement for a warehouse associate from Express Freight Handlers in San Francisco. $20 an hour, that person as a warehouse person would be eligible for HIP housing here in Daly City. A dishwasher full-time for Bon Appetit in San Bruno, that person would be eligible for a HIP housing unit, income eligible. We all, when we get older or perhaps have medical problems, have need of an in-home caregiver. So Jewish Family and Children's Services is offering a job for $20.91 for an hour. That person is income eligible. So when we're speaking to the community about the importance of affordable housing, I think everybody on the dais certainly understands it. But these are concrete examples of people. I would add, by the way, the pharmacy technicians at Walgreens or Safeway. These are the people who form the superstructure that makes life livable in our communities. And so I want to thank the city of Daly City sincerely for its support for HIP housing. Our name stands for Human Investment Project, and we're proud to be investing our time and energy and in making life dignified here in Daly City. Thank you so much for your help. Happy to answer any questions, but otherwise, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Perkins. If you can just stand by, because I'm sure my colleagues on the dais have a few comments.
Happy to answer questions, as always.
We've always supported HIP housing, and I see they're ready to go. So whoever wants to start off.
I'll make mine quick,
Okay.
please.
Sure.
Okay.
I just want to say, I love this one.
Let me see.
Which month is it, January?
January.
Yeah, I do too.
January.
Yeah.
And it's the youngest. It's a kindergartner. And may I read this?
Absolutely.
It says, "My home is like a rainbow house. It has ice cream, fish, and lots of colors. At home, I laugh, play, and get big hugs. My home means love and happiness every day." This one is pretty spectacular. Look at that artwork. They're all beautiful, but I have to tell you, the youngest really put it. So I want to thank you for what you do. And
Thank you.
And so important to let people know that if they're in that wage bracket, that HIP housing is there to serve. So
Yes, thank you. And I also want to emphasize the flip side. We have a home, in effect, a marriage service. We have home sharing, and it's often senior citizens who are house rich and cash poor who come to HIP housing to get a roommate. I mean, if you're going to do it for a market rate, go to the internet. They do that very well. But if you want to do it because you both want a friend and you want the income, please give us a call at HIP Housing, because we always have people on the waiting list for shared housing, spare room, and so forth. There were 28 people last year that applied for shared housing who are residents already of Daly City. And it would be nice if we had 28 homes where we could place them into. We write the contract, we do the match to make sure that everybody is, all aware and comfortable with the arrangement and everything. So thank you again for your help. And thank you for highlighting the kindergarten.
Thank you. That's the best one. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else?
Councilmember Manalo, please.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to say thank you so much. The work that you do is tremendous. There have been moments where I have referred to HIP housing.
Thank you very much for doing
when
that.
individuals are looking for a place and they can't afford a unit for themselves, and letting them know that there's that opportunity. And I know there's a wait list right now, but for them to get educated about the options they have.
Yeah.
And also just really being able to, I think that's an issue around where sometimes, there's homes that have how many bedrooms?
Yeah, 3 bedrooms and one person
And
who
one
needs the
person,
cash
yeah.
and is just a little bit frightened.
Yeah.
But it's you form lifelong friendships through this service.
I've been to many of your events on the annual basis where they highlight the individuals that you all have helped.
Oh, right.
And also the matching, those that have matched.
Home sharing, yeah.
And those stories have always been really heartwarming to see all the lives changed.
Yeah.
And so thank you for that. This is such a beautiful, every year, a beautiful gift and calendar. Now that my daughter, I put it in her room.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it's in her room, and she has that calendar and gets to see other artwork from other children. But it's really amazing. We know that in Daly City and our county, and there's just so much need, and all of us working together is so important. And that's a big piece of it. And so kudos to HIP Housing. And, I think we're here as a city to be able to share the opportunities that HIP Housing does.
And this council is terrific about approving affordable housing projects. When they come before the council, you're exemplary in that respect. We really appreciate it. Some of you know I did my career with Supervisor Jackie Spear, and I'm now volunteering in her office. So I keep track of the affordable housing statistics in the county. There's approximately 4,000 units, actually 5,000 that have been developed in the county since about 2013. The waiting list for affordable housing, the interest list, is 25,000.
Wow.
So as you talk to your constituents, we have to explain to them the need for affordable housing. We also have to think a little bit about, I joined the board in part because of the name. We're investing in human beings, and we're investing in human dignity. That's what the 25,000 are waiting for. They're waiting for that piece of stability that will allow them the dignity to continue being our friends and to continue serving with us. So, and thank you very much for your comments.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Dr. Rod?
I just want to say thank you for all the work that HIP Housing has done. I think everything's already been said in terms of, serving the most vulnerable populations, from folks that are elders to folks that are, getting out of college, needing a home. And, and I think any type of resources in this type of housing climate is so important. So I just want to say thank you for everything that you do and what HIP Housing.
Thank you. And I want to call out the community college districts in particular, because for our people who are in the program of self-sufficiency, they are absolutely the key to getting people to become self-sufficient. And we couldn't do it without a good partnership with the community colleges.
Thank you.
Terrific opportunity for everyone.
Thank you. Mr. Perkins, first of all, I'd like to thank you for coming, and it's good to see you again.
Yeah, it's nice to see you too, Mr. Mayor.
I'll start off with Councilmember Perano. They're all good, but one of my favorites is July.
Oh, I hadn't gotten to July yet,
And
believe it or not.
the reason why I picked July because it reminds me of the Cliff House.
Oh, yeah, it does. You're right. Look at
I'm
that.
trying to figure out whether the sun is coming up from the east or the west, and I've been perplexed, just keep looking at it. And I really like this one, and looks like it was from a fifth grade out of San Bruno.
Right.
So the second thought came to my mind, where in San Bruno is a cliff that overlooks the ocean? But
Get a little scarce, right?
so I just wanted to start off with that. As you gave your presentation, you said a magic word that kind of make me perk up and not that I wasn't listening, but
It's okay.
you said dishwasher. Well, I met my wife when I was a dishwasher.
Oh, yeah.
And another part was all too often folks get into housing, and for one reason, whether it's economical, they stay there for a long time
Oh, yeah.
in rental units, maybe 15, 20, maybe some
The
even
whole
30
life
years.
sometimes, yeah.
And what really impressed me is your program that you administered to 8 families for self-efficiency. And I think that's an outstanding concept also, because we can help you, but, we want you to learn to become self-efficient. That's very
Education is the
important.
key. Education is the key.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And let me see, 25,000 on the wait list.
Yeah.
And I'm also on the board of HEART,
Oh, are
Housing
you?
Endowment and
Oh,
Regional Trust.
great
Where you
organization.
have 5% down.
Mm-hmm.
And those who own homes, the shared housing aspect is also very important, because we had a grant and to which plans for ADUs from studios up to 2 bedrooms were produced.
Wow.
And most cities in San Mateo County have approved those plans. So anyone thinking of putting a unit of some sort in their
You can get
backyard,
financing there, yeah.
they don't need an architect. They can get a copy of these plans,
Oh,
and they're
good.
free. And you can submit that.
Free
to
plans.
the
Wow,
planning.
that'll knock 100,000 off a project. I mean, that's
I'll
amazing.
tell you. So, I know with Council Member Manalo and I, we sit on many affordable housing, and when we talk to developers, that's one of our top priorities. She knows the numbers better than me, and sometimes I just have to shake my head. Did she really ask for that? But a closed mouth don't get fed. So, Mr. Perkins, thank you so much. I've always supported HIP housing, and especially the shared aspect, because you said another term, house rich but cash poor.
Right.
And sometimes it works both ways. You have a student and you have someone who is alone, and loneliness is an issue. Just to have the companionship and just know that somebody's there that they can call on, it works both ways. So, I mean, you will definitely have the support here.
Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor. And I just wanted to call you out, too. As I mentioned, I used to work for then Congresswoman Jackie Spear, and you were instrumental in getting some assistance for some folks who are in affordable units, but unfortunately, the rents were going up faster than they could afford. We don't do that at HIP Housing. Our rents go up more or less with just inflation and with whatever the income is that people have, but some have a different choice. And so you were instrumental in getting them some assistance to the limits of the law, and it was really a relief to them. And I know it's many years now, but you've got a big heart, and you do things behind the scenes. I'm sure all of you do. But
It's just so good you're here. Thank you, Mr. Perkins.
thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. All right. Okay. Everybody okay? Good? All right, next item on the agenda is approval of minutes. I'll entertain a motion to accept the regular meeting of December 8th, 2025, and the special meeting of December 9th, 2025. Anyone for approval?
So move?
All right, is there a second? Any changes?
Second?
Thank you, Councilmember, Vice Mayor Perano. Are there any other additional comments, concerns, or questions before we move to the vote? Hearing none and seeing none. All those in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
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 All right. Next item is approval of agenda of the special meeting for this evening of January 6th.
Motion to approve agenda?
Second?
Okay, we have a first and second. Any further comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Tonight's meeting has been approved. Okay. Oral comments. Madam City Clerk. No cards? Okay, thank you. All right. Let's see, we did the approval of the consent agenda. And that's all taken care of. All right, moving ahead.
Or consent agenda?
I'm sorry.
I'll get a motion for that.
This consent agenda was approved, wasn't it? Okay.
Regular agenda.
All right, so many agendas here. I'm sorry. I'm just getting back in.
No worries.
To entertain the motion to accept the items on the consent agenda.
Motion to approve consent agenda.
We have a motion.
Second?
We have a first and a second. Any further comment? All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Okay, the consent agenda has been approved. Check registers and, all right, next item on the agenda is item number 6, the award of bids and contract. We'll start off with the contract for John Daly Boulevard / Skyline Boulevard pedestrian connection project. And here is Director Richard Chu. Mr. Chu, Happy New Year and welcome.
Yes. Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council. Happy New Year to you.
New Year.
This item is award of construction contract for the John Daly Boulevard and Skyline Boulevard pedestrian crossing project. Back in September of 2020, staff submitted an application for an infrastructure project under the pedestrian and bicycle program. In January of 2021, the San Mateo County Transit Authority selected Daly City's project, John Daly Boulevard and Skyline Boulevard pedestrian connection project, for grant funding in the full requested amount of $620,800. In April of 2021, the City Council accepted and appropriated the grant funds and also appropriated $155,200 of unallocated Measure A funds for the local match portion of the project. The project includes installation of approximately 1,400 linear feet of city standard curb gutter and sidewalk. And this is on the north side of John Daly Boulevard between Eastgate and Skyline Boulevard. It also includes curb ramp construction and also installation of 8 pedestrian scale lighting projects along the sidewalk, as well as miscellaneous pavement markings and stripings. This project is intended to improve access to the Thornton State Beach. The project was advertised on November 24th, 2025, and we received 10 bids on December 10th, 2025. The bids range from $612,955 and all the way to $1,155,514.10. The staff report indicates the 3 lowest bids as well as the engineer's estimate. We did receive a bid protest from Interstate Grading and Paving Incorporated on December 16th, 2025. As a result, the city staff did a detailed review of the bid documents, and we determined that Bay Area Lightworks Incorporated met the bid requirements and submitted all the required documentations. As a result, the bid protest was rejected, and Bay Area Lightworks Incorporated was deemed the lowest responsible bidder. Bay Area Lightworks Incorporated of San Francisco, California has been in business since 2003. The bidder holds the required Class A contractor's license, which is current and in good standing. The contractor's references for work performed for other public agencies are acceptable, including the city of San Francisco. If approved, it is anticipated that the John Daly Boulevard and Skyline Boulevard pedestrian connection project would begin construction next month and be completed by November of this year. For fiscal impact, the total estimated construction cost of the project is $766,200. This includes the $612,955 construction costs and an additional $153,245 for construction contingency, inspection, and also contract administration costs. With the grant funds and the previously appropriated funds, there are sufficient funds for this project in the CIP project account for this project. In summary, staff is recommending that the City Council approve the design documents for the John Daly Boulevard, Skyline Boulevard pedestrian connection project affirm the CEQA determination of categorical exemption, accept all bids and award a construction contract to Bay Area Lightworks Incorporated of San Francisco, California, in the amount of $612,955, and also authorize the city manager to execute all necessary documents for the John Daly Boulevard, Skyline Boulevard pedestrian connection project. That concludes my presentation. Be happy to answer any questions the council may have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chu. At this time, I'd like to open up to my colleagues for any questions, concerns, and for Mr. Chu.
Mayor, may I?
Sure, Councilmember Manalo.
Thank you so much. I thank you for this presentation. I think that seeing this on the agenda today is great because of the fact that I feel like, when you don't have a proper sidewalk and folks are trying to get over to the Thornton Beach view, right? I feel like this is gonna actually kind of help at least have a proper path.
Yeah.
I recently, when was it? I think it was over the holidays. I was able to, just take a drive over with the kids and go at the overlook. And a lot of residents, some of them just walk or some of them drive, but I think, it makes so much sense that this project will help those that are just nearby. And that maybe instead of them driving over, they'll walk. So I think this is, a great addition to what needs to be done in respect to some of the improvements in our Daly City neighborhood. So thank you for your work on this.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Manalo. Vice Mayor Ferrano.
I totally agree. So I would just say thank you for having this on the agenda, and it's any improvement to get people to be able to access parts of Daly City like Thornton Beach. I think it's a great project, so thank you.
Thank you. I just want to mention very briefly that there's a second part later on that is actually crossing Skyline Boulevard. And that's, we have that as a different project. It's a different grant. So this is kind of like part one. But in the future, in the near future, there'll be that second part that comes along to get you all the way across Skyline as well. So.
Mr. Mayor, I think I was envisioning the future. But thank you.
Like a bridge? Just kidding.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Dr. Rod, Councilmember Nasmaqua.
Yeah, I just have just a quick question. So the low bid was 45% below the engineer estimate. Are there any risk or advantages because of this?
I think we really got lucky in terms
Okay.
of timing. And you can see the number of bids that we got, 10 bids, that's really good. One of the other things that we look for is what's the difference between the first low bidder and the second low bidder. And you can see that they are pretty close, roughly about $50,000 difference. And so because of that, we feel very comfortable that the low bid number is a valid number and good number. So, but if there was a big difference between one and two,
Got it.
we would have some more concerns.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you for the question.
Good, Dr. Rod?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
great. Well, Mr. Chu, as I've always said before in the past, and you definitely make it easy in the sense of you turn over those rocks and find monies for us, and 612,000 is a big grant, and to come up with additional 153,220, I mean, so we did get lucky. If I'm not mistaken, when I read the information, did we have one bid that was close to $1 million?
Yes, that is correct. Yes,
Wow.
but we had 10 bids total, so that's a lot.
Oh, okay, that shows the participation aspect, and that folks are definitely interested. Well, thank you for the prelude to part two. I'll be definitely looking forward to it, and I thank you for your report this evening. Thank you. All right, with that being said, I'll entertain a motion to award the construction contract for the John Daly Boulevard / Skyline Boulevard pedestrian connection project.
Motion to approve?
We have a
Second.
first and we have a second. May I have a roll call vote, please?
Dr. Rod,
Aye.
Ms. Perano,
Aye.
Ms. Manalo,
Aye.
Mr. Sylvester.
Glenn Sylvester, aye. Thank you very much, Mr. Chu, and we look forward. Good luck with that. And thank you for everything you do. All right, the next item on the agenda is appointments, board, commission, membership, committee appointments. None? Okay, well, I believe this may be the appropriate time. This is an agenda item, and there are no appointments at this time, but I would like to make a comment, if I may. I consider our commissions and the volunteers of all commissioners as very, very important, and especially to get things done in our city. I do understand that it's a volunteer position, and what brought this up is what I've seen before in the past, and with the latest resolution that we passed in regards to the Arts and Culture Commission. And I think we can do better. So what I'd like to do is create an ad hoc committee. I haven't came up with a name yet, but it pertains to the commissions. And basically, what we will be looking at is a few things. One is advertising the positions. I'm online now and I see Arts and Culture, 1 vacancy. I see Library Board of Trustees, 2 vacancies. Personnel, 1 vacancy. Recreation, 1 vacancy. Small Business, 1. And I think our city clerk has done an excellent job because I get notices when folks apply for these positions. I think that can help. However, it's up to each individual council member to try to fill these particular positions. And I feel that that's of the highest priority, is that the council member, he or she picks who they want. But there comes a time where it may not work out that way. So I think we have to get something down on paper to try to basically, it's like protocols or recommendations. If you have commissioners that don't show up, then sometimes you don't have a quorum and you can't get business done. I like to take a look at that. I like to get an idea as to what each commission does. What is arts and culture? What is small business? Description. Then the attendance aspect. If you meet 12 times a year, I think you should be here at least 3. You shouldn't miss no more than 3 meetings. That's 25%. So, there are some commissions that only meet maybe twice a year. Well, I think you should be here for at least for 1 of those. So, I like to establish an ad hoc committee to look at those items and solicit ideas as to how we can make it better. So with that being said, I'd like to put this out to everyone. I would ask Vice Mayor Teresa Perano to be part of this committee as we look forward to the future to developing some sort of protocol. And of course, we as council have to approve it. But I will say this. Each council member has an appointment, and that takes top priority. And I won't put that aside. But in the interim, if you don't appoint something, then your colleagues will. So, but that's only a part. So we'll come back to council and put that out and keep you posted. And I hope I can get the, not the approval, but the collaboration with city staff to provide us the information that we need so that we can make an informed decision for our commissioners. Okay? All good? Okay, thank you. Is that okay, Rose? I have to check. All right, so that was boards, commission, membership, committee appointments. Moving on, since there are none appointments or recommendations at this time, the next item is reports. And we'll start off with council committee reports. over the holidays? Did anybody attend any meetings over the holidays or since our last meeting?
Well-
Council committee reports, committees.
Through,
Vice
just,
Mayor, you have one.
we were at the Council of Cities dinner,
Oh,
and it's the highlight of the year when we go to Coma and the firemen put on the spread. They warn you that it just keeps coming, and the platters just keep coming, and you're never prepared because it's so well done. So Councilmember Manalo was there. Your mayor were there, and many other city representatives, and our new sheriff was there,
yeah.
as well as we had two supervisors there, I believe, as well. So it was well attended. It was a nice event, and I can't remember if I went to anything else. Sorry, that was it. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Anyone else? Councilmember Manalo.
Thank you. And I think it was definitely after a meeting. The Northern California Nursing Academy had their 15-year anniversary in which both mayor and vice mayor was present. It was definitely nice to have all the resources that they provided for the community there. And then also Operation Santa Claus in its 76th year, was able to do delivery night with them. And it's always a joy. And we've been doing it as like a family to be able to deliver toys to families. And also joined the San Francisco Farms Bureau event. And, we had representatives from the Cow Palace there, especially since, they are leading the rodeo at the Cow Palace. And then it was really wonderful to be at the Council of Cities dinner. And I know you had your lovely granddaughter with you. And then, Mayor, you brought your lovely wife, Atenita, right, to the event. But also, I think it's always a great time because it's a full house. And you're right, the Coma firefighters are cooking the food. And I will say that the shrimp scampi was delicious in that respect. And then also the PIT annual Christmas giveaway. It was really well organized, and so I think I've been able to participate every year. Even during the pandemic, Pacific Islanders together figured out a way to deliver toys to families. They had it outdoors where they would open the trunk and be able to match the kids' age with toys. It was really well done, and now, are back in person. So it's really great to see the continuity, but the best is all the smiles on the children's faces. I mean, that's always such a treat. So thank you so much to our Daly City firefighters, our Daly City police that was there. And I know that our HR director, Natalie, was present as well. And also our city manager, Tom Piccolotti. We were passing ships. It's really well run and wonderful. That is all I have on the list. Yeah, that was, I think, right in between the holidays. So, yeah.
Thank you, Councilmember Manalo. Anyone else? Dr. Rudd?
I just wanted to tag on that you and I were at the PIT event with Councilmember Manalo, and I will say that, and I'm sorry, I forgot, I had my new calendar and I don't have my old calendar, but I will say that I think my favorite part was watching the children picking their gifts, and they were so excited. But there was one child the mom asked me if I spoke Spanish, so I said yes. And she was dealing with leukemia. So when I told Raina, she says, now go down that way, go to that table. And it was so great because the firemen were like, take another gift. Oh, here, take this one. And they were so sweet, and she was so excited. And she did say, when Raina said, you know, we do something very special for these children. And but not only did she do special for all the children, but this child, she treated her with just, it was so special. And I will say that it was so nice to be there. It was so nice to greet everybody and see how hard the police and fire and all the volunteers work. So anyway, thank you for saying that. I can't believe we forgot that. And we did go to ceremony, and ceremony also had
Oh, we did.
that was a busy Saturday.
We were
all-
hopping together.
And it was really a lot of fun up there. So Christmas was amazing. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was.
It was 99.7,
Yes,
right?
Radio.
They had their toy drive. Yes.
exactly. So we had a lot of fun doing that. So thank you for having me remember that crazy Saturday and spending it with all of you. So anyway, thank you.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. You know, the good part is when we go to different places, we can chime off of each other. And I think that's very important because, you know, we'll forget. And now that Councilmember Manalo made mention, now I'm going to say something too. So thank you for that. Councilmember Perano, I do want to let you know I did learn something from you the past week, because sometimes we call each other and say, hey, don't forget, this thing is going on, so we'll call each other. And Councilmember Perano was a little bit mixed up. And to my surprise, she wasn't mixed up because she, out of her purse, she pulled out about 8 or 10 pieces of paper folded, and they all have times on it. I said, well, I can't beat that. So I've learned something. I always depend on my wife. Don't forget you got this today. Don't forget you got this today. But Teresa, thank you for that. You know, Operation Santa Claus, I did it maybe 6 years ago for the family. We have a big family. I played Santa Claus. They said, you should do it here in Daly City. I said, oh, no way. So that's a thought. Okay, thank you for bringing that up. Pickleball tournament from PIT.
That's right.
We did do that.
And I had no idea what pickleball was all about, and folks are telling me for years, we ought to get involved in pickleball. You ought to make more courts. So just there in the gym, I couldn't even hit a ball that came right to me. It's like I was a blind mouse. But you know what? It is fun, and that was done through PIT, which they received some toys prior to that for the toy giveaway at the Bayshore Elementary School. And Ms. Rayna, who runs PIT or is a part of it, she made a speech. She says, normally we serve about 600 kids. This year, they served 2,000. So you can imagine how very, very important what Pacific Islanders do for the community. And it was an eye-opener for me. And I think they did something new this year. You know, when we're talking about food and council of cities and whatnot, they gave food.
Yes, they did.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
and you had your choice of was it chicken? It was 3 different things, and they were all frozen. And I went up there, and they says, "Okay, what'd you like?" I said, "I'll take one of those." "Oh, you can have another." I just have fun, you know. If it comes to food, I just have fun. So, and the Council of Cities of Coma, where it's great to be alive. I look forward to that every year. And what happens, they pass a bucket or a box around, and you donate, and they take all those monies and they provide gift cards to all the veterans at the veterans housing in Colma. So it's a very good event. And the firefighters, even though I'm a police officer myself in the past, but the firefighters, they can burn. Okay, so a little note, okay? You know what I mean by they can burn?
Cook.
Exactly. All right, so thank you very much for that update. I think it's again, it's good when we all do certain things and we learn from each other, and it's good. I'm having a good time, so very good. All right.
I have one last thing because I wrote a list of
all right.
before the holidays, but I was able to join the county meeting this morning.
Oh, this morning,
For
9
their reorganization, and wanted to thank our District 5 Supervisor David Canaba, who was president last year, and his wonderful work that he was did for a very intense year for the county, but also congratulated Noelia Corzo
Oh, word.
for now being the president of the board, and Vice President Ray Mueller.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Thank you for that.
I almost forgot. And I was like, I had my list before. I was like, wait, that's today. You know, I was like, so thank you, Mayor.
Absolutely. All right. Anything else? Moving on to city council reports. Or did we cover some of that?
Oh, I think I did it in it. Yeah.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
I'll say something.
Yes, Dr. Rod.
I know I don't have the jurisdiction to say this, but I just want to personally denounce what our federal administration did in terms of the capturing of and the events that happened in Venezuela, and the capturing and kidnapping of a world leader, no matter how bad a dictator might be. I think it endangers international relationships between our own country and around the world. And it also, it just upsets me that we don't have the responsibility to keep him in check. And I just feel that there's many people that are very, very upset when there are rising housing prices, food's expensive, and we're out doing this type of international, depending on who you ask, illegal actions abroad. And I personally want to condemn our president for sending this type of operation, endangering army or military folks, and especially endangering the people of Venezuela.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Rod. All right, moving on. Staff reports.
No reports from staff.
Thank you, Mr. Picolotti. All right, we'll move on to adjournments, and I'd like to turn it over to Councilmember Manalo, if you could, please.
If you have another adjournment,
Need a
if
moment?
I need some time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Vice Mayor, would you be so kind to oblige? And
Thank you very much.
absolutely.
Thank you. So this evening, I'd like to recognize someone who, well, first of all, I preface this by saying that I've worked at Duggan Sarah Mortuary for the last 26 years. And one of the owners, before he retired, I worked with him. His name is William J. Bill Duggan. He is Dan Duggan's older brother. He was born April 21st, 1944 in San Francisco, and he passed away at the age of 81 on December 9th, 2025, after a valiant battle with cancer. Bill was a native San Franciscan. He graduated from St. Emilius and Archbishop Riordan High School, and Archbishop, he was there at 1962 graduate. Also, the San Francisco Mortuary College, it used to be in San Francisco before it went to Sacramento, and he graduated in 63, and the University of San Francisco in 1967. He was a proud veteran of the Air Force Reserve, and Bill served with the 51st Transportation Squadron at Osan Air Base in South Korea after the 1968 Pueblo incident. Bill was a pillar of San Francisco and Daly City community. He also lived on Niantic for some time before he moved to San Francisco. And he was one of the founding, he joined his parents. So in 1963, Duggan's opened, he was 19. And in those days, I love to hear the stories of Madeline. His mom used to say she was an RN, and she would, they would have in one of the rooms there. They would have dinner, and if the bell went off, they knew someone was at the door. And they did at the beginning a lot of the work. Bill, Bud, Madeline, and the family, and so Bill was part of active member at Olympic Club, a Young Men's Institute, Knights of Columbus, Knights of the Holy Sepulchre for almost 60 years. And he faithfully served families with compassion and care at Duggan Sarah Mortuary, again, which he helped found in 1963 with his parents. So one of his highlights was he was honored as the Grand Marshal of the 2015 San Francisco St. Patrick's Day Parade. And he rejoined his parents, Bud and Madeline, and his sisters in heaven. And he leaves behind his wife, Patricia, and his children, and his brother, Dan. So Bill will be remembered for his Irish pride, his sincerity and humor, his adventurous spirit, and his true zest for life. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Councilmember Manalo, please.
Thank you, Mayor. This evening, would like to adjourn in memory of Dado Banatao. Diosdado Pamintan Banatao, beloved engineer, entrepreneur, mentor, husband, father, lolo in Filipino. Diosdado, many know him Dado, Pamintan Banatao, a pioneering Silicon Valley engineer, entrepreneur, venture capitalist, and philanthropist whose work helped shape the modern personal computer, data networks for computing and communications, and the smartphone industry, passed away on December 25, 2025 in Palo Alto, California. He leaves behind a legacy of innovation, perseverance, mentorship, and service. Dado was born on May 23, 1946, to Salvador and Rosita Banatao in the rural farming town of Iguig in Cagayan province of the Philippines. Wishing for a better life for his children, his father, a rice farmer, pushed him to focus on his education as opposed to helping in the fields. He excelled academically, graduating at the top of his class from Malabac Elementary School, which earned him a place at Ateneo Tucagaro, a Jesuit boarding high school far from his village. He later earned a Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering from Mapua Institute of Technology in Manila. After pursuing pilot training with Philippine Airlines, Dado's engineering talent led him to the United States in 1968, where he joined Boeing as a design engineer working on the Boeing 747 program in Seattle, Washington. He enrolled at University of Washington for continuing education courses, where through mutual friends he met his future wife, Maria Cariaga. Maria was also attending University of Washington, where she ultimately earned a master's in educational psychology. It was in 1970 he accepted into the graduate school at Stanford University, where he earned a master's in electrical engineering, concentrating on computer architecture and semiconductor systems. It was a convergence of expertise, timing, and location that would define his career. Maria soon followed Dado to California, and they would marry in 1972. Upon graduating from Stanford, Dado became a central figure in the early semiconductor and personal computing industries, holding influential engineering roles at a national semiconductor, Commodore International at Seek Technology, where he had developed the first 16-bit CMOS Ethernet transceiver. At Commodore, he contributed to the early system concepts that led to the PET computer, one of the first mass-market PCs. Across these roles, he was known for his rare ability to bridge hardware and software at a time when the two disciplines were seldom integrated. With the knowledge he gained as an engineer, these companies, Dado went on to start his entrepreneurial career with Mostrone in 1984. Dado later co-founded Chips and Technologies with Gordon Campbell and Ron Yara, where they designed the first world's single-chip PC chipset. Through this breakthrough, dramatically reduced the cost and complexity of IBM-compatible personal computers, accelerating the global adoption of the PC. Under his technical leadership, the company grew rapidly and went public with 2 years, defining the emerging fabless semiconductor business model and reshaping how semiconductor industry designed and delivered products. Dado co-founded S3 with Yara and adding Donna Young after identifying a critical inflection point in computing. As a graphical user interface, multimedia and visual performance became essential to personal computing. He recognized that graphics acceleration would be central to the next phase of PC evolution. As I read this, and many of you, I'm reading a lot of technical computing pieces, but really we wouldn't have our personal computers without the innovation of Dado. Following his success, he transitioned into venture capitalism, joining the Mayfield Fund as a venture partner in 1997, and later founded Talwood Venture Capital, where he focused on early-stage companies tackling complex engineering challenges with the semiconductor and communication fields. As a venture capitalist, he was known for his deep technical insight, disciplined approach to company building, and his long-term patient perspective. He not only supplied capital to startups, he worked closely with founders, helping them build every aspect of their business. He won numerous awards during his career. He was shaped by his own journey from a modest beginning to global impact. Dado believed strongly in giving back by expanding access to education, advancing innovation, and ensuring that technology serves society as a large. Through a collaboration with UC Berkeley and 4 other UC campuses, Citrus advances research in real-world solutions such as health, climate resilience, intelligent infrastructure, transportation, public policy, and equitable access to technology. The Institute bridges academic research and practical application through seed funding, prototype facilities, and partnerships to move concepts to impact. He also founded the Philippine Development Foundation to strengthen the innovation of ecosystems through academic scholarships, entrepreneurship programs, and partnerships connecting academia, industry, and government. Through PhilDev, he helped create pathways for young Filipinos to pursue advanced education, build companies, and contribute meaningfully to the global technology development. Dado is survived by his beloved wife of 53 years, Maria Banatao, his children, Ray Banatao, and his wife, Gabrielle Banatao, Desi Banatao, and his wife, Gina Banatao, Tala Banatao, and her husband, Thomas Growney, and his 9 cherished grandchildren, Isabel, Lucas, Benjamin, Nathan, Chloe, Kayla, Owen, Brandon, and Austin. He is also survived from his extended family from United States, Australia, and the Philippines. Dado's journey from a farmer's son in the rural Philippines to a Silicon Valley pioneer to a society-changing philanthropist stands as a testament to the power of education and perseverance. His influence endures in the technologies he helped create and the lives he uplifted along the way. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilmember Manalo. As you were reading, and when I saw the name, I said that rings a bell to me. And as you started, I remember, because it was in those days, I had an 8088 computer from IBM, which was 16-bit. And to create that 16-bit, especially through wafers and semiconductors, now today, I mean, that has expanded from, well, 8088 was an 8-bit. He created the 16-bit, which was twice as fast. That means he can process the memory in both ways at 16 bits. Then came 32, then came 64, then came 128. And you know, that's amazing for that day and time. And you also made mention, a lot of folks don't know, what's GUI? You know, I know what it is. It's graphical user interface, and we see it on our phones. And CMOS, that was the old days, complementary metal oxide system or something like that. So I understood the language, and it really brought back memories, even for me. So I want to thank you for that as well. And that name, I just knew something was different, and I remembered that name. But thank you so much. All right. Any other adjourning memories?
No.
All right. Not seeing any or any additional, I'd like to take a brief moment of your time to pause for a moment of silence, please. All right. Thank you very much. This meeting is now adjourned. Stay healthy, stay safe, and we'll see you at the next meeting. Thank you all.